This time coming to you from beautiful downtown Gentry, Arkansas. You know, it's that time of year for the ghosts and the ghouls, the tricks and the treats. And what's scarier than a 100-year-old mortuary turned into a spook house? Yeah, you know where this is going. Hello?
Well, come on in here. Who are you, baby?
Jeez, man, you can't jump out on people like that. You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Well, I know about to ruin my old.
I'm getting old. Okay, so we're here to get some background of this wonderful establishment. What you got going on?
Well, I'll tell you, my name is Eli Carpenter. When I first built the place in 1929, it was a mercantile, but you know, it was also an orphanage. We had a bunch of little ankle-biting little kids in here. Oh, yeah, well, they smelled awful. And, well, anyway, it was horrible. They ended up getting killed.
The kids got killed?
They did. Halloween night of 1950. And that's why when October rolls around and the veil between the living and the dead gets thin, they come back to haunt. Now let's go look. I'll show you if you got the guts. Come on.
Okay. I thought this was a mortuary.
You betcha. Well, it's a mortuary, and you're going to see the undertaker and the coffin builder and the reverend and the mortician and all of them.
Someone's going with me, right?
You got to go by yourself. The only way out is in.
I don't like it. I don't like it. You guys got to come with me. Let's go.
Good luck to you.
Man, it has been a long time since I've been in a haunted house. Those are roaches. Those are giant, nasty roaches. You know where I can find? Oh, God! The first room, a psycho, bloody nurse, and a bunch of roaches. Not that bad, jeez. I've seen The Exorcist. Those are intestines. All right, Charlie, let's talk it over. So I loved your costume earlier as Eli.
Thank you.
And I love the spook house. It was much longer than I thought, scarier than I thought. All your characters, the makeup, unbelievable. Where did this originate from? Where did the idea come from?
So my buddies and I actually first started to rent the back portion of it back in 1990. So we had just gotten out of high school and we were walking down the alley and it was like, oh, mortuary, of course. Yeah, so we cleaned the place out and we never left.
Yeah.
You know? So, and of course that first Halloween, we knew that we had to give out candy to trick-or-treaters because we're in a mortuary, of course you do. And year after year, it continued to evolve and become more elaborate until we finally have what there is now.
That's the thing, it's the anticipation of what's gonna jump out at you next because I knew it! I knew it! I saw real flesh. God. No! Okay. No! I told you to go! No! Give me your eyes! Eli!
I sure missed you.
I don't like the strobe light. I don't like the... All right, I got this. You guys not real! I tell you what's real! God dang it! Don't! I have blood on my shirt.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. Yeah.
I actually was scared down. I fell down. You know, I admit it. Got dirt on my back. Point to the story is, so what's the reaction for you and your crew when you see a good scare? I mean, that's what you do it for,
It
right?
absolutely fuels us. I mean, every time somebody gets a good scare, that just encourages them to take that extra step even for the next group of victims that comes through.
All right, Eli. I mean, Charlie. Talk to me about the painstaking detail that goes in back there? Because I mean, the flesh looks real, the intestines look real.
Absolutely, and you can ask any haunted house owner and they will tell you that next to developing that backstory, the funnest part is creating all of that scenery. From the onset of developing this one, knowing that it really is in a historic building that really was Gentry's funeral home, we knew that we wanted to the best of our ability, keep that mortuary theme going. And so that's why you see room after room that is an undertaker and a mortician and a coffin builder and a grave digger and a reverend and so on and so forth.
So a lot of families watch our program. You know, what's the situation with kids out here? Is it safe? What are some of the safety mechanisms that are in place to make sure everybody has a good, safe time?
Right, so it is safe. We actually have Gentry's fire marshal come through each year, and he and I have a very long discussion about little tips that he can give me to make sure that there's no chance that anybody's gonna get hurt. Yeah, so.
Someone's watching this program, they've never been here. It's been years since they've been to any spook house, a lot like I was today. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that when they walk into this building, they're going to be able to suspend their disbelief, essentially. The same thing that you do when you go on a roller coaster ride or watch a horror movie and enter this story. And again, part of it's real. We've dovetailed the fictional part into it, so where you really don't know where one ends and the other begins, and they'll be able to go from scene to scene and see this story unfold.
I just looked under there and you weren't there. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'll tell him you sent me. Yeah. Okay, so, jeez. You know, you pay money to do this? Are you kidding me? Jeez, there's another one. It's the anticipation. It's the anticipation. That's the main thing. When is something gonna pop out? Ah! I told you!
Who's in my den?
You're missing a contact.
And so when
You're missing a contact! Ah!
tonight, you ain't making out alive,
No.
I promise you.
I did. Ow! Yeah! Your eyeball is right there. It's on my shoulder. God! Oh. Stay shut. Coffin stays shut. Coffin stays shut. Coffin stays shut. Coffin stays shut. Oh, shit. I haven't been to a spook house since I was a kid. That is long, that is detailed, that is gory, that is scary, and that is well worth the money to come down to downtown Gentry and check out the Carpenter's Mortuary Spook House. So until next time, this has been Aaron Peters with Northwest.